Hi everyone, and welcome to Whiteskys Wisdom. This is a general energies reading for the star sign of Gemini. All right, beautiful Gemini. When I did your yearly, the card for this month was the Hanged Man, or in this deck, the Neo Tarot, it's the Hanged Woman. Okay, seeing things from a very different perspective. You've ended up having to put yourself in a very awkward position, and it's taken some time to get there. You've been very skillful at doing it, though. It's the way I see it, because in that, the Hanged Man or the Hanged Woman there has got themselves up on that cross, and it's seeing things from a very different perspective, and it's brought about huge enlightenment. So yes, you're going to be getting huge enlightenment, and the universe has probably put you here. It's synchronicities, different things have happened that have actually meant getting you up here to see things from a different perspective. All right, we'll get into it a bit more. So yes, if you'd like to subscribe, hit that bell button. If you feel like donating, welcome. I've got private reading email address there in the description and all that other good stuff. I'll get into it now, Gemini. What have we got? The Hanged Woman. Sorry, I love this card. Look at the stars on the nipples. Fantastic. All right. What do we got? Gemini, March. Advice. What's this Hanged Woman, please? What's this Hanged Woman? Thank you. Alrighty, what have we got? I'll just put them out and we'll get the story going. Okay. All right, beautiful Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Virgo here. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. But yes, it looks like you're going to have to go within, or you're coming out of a period here of being isolated so you can get some enlightenment too. And it comes off the back here of heartbreak, emotional loss, emotional situations where you feel like you just need to move on from them. You've been stuck in looking at them for quite some time now. Your cup's still upright. You still have enough love and respect for yourself to move yourself away from these feelings here. But there's still a lot hidden that you don't particularly know yet. You could be at the beginning of the month here spending a lot of time going inwards here with the moon phase here, and then by probably the last week or so, you're starting to think about, right, I've had enough of dwelling on this, I'm going to move on. You've learned a lot, but you still don't know all the facts here. Now, you could end up saying, right, I'm just going to clear the slate, and by doing so, you could end up feeling really strong in doing that. It's like, right, I've been in this low place for a long time now. It's now time I actually got up and stood up and realised how strong I am, or by you doing this, you're going to feel, as I said, incredibly strong. You're going to be presented with a lot of choices this month, and I think that's another reason why you've been having a little bit of problems with your emotions here. It might also be that you might choose to have a look more into astrology this month to really help you through issues. I'm not an astrologist, but there's a lot of stuff on YouTube or other places there that you get more information about that. So that could be something that you really do need to look out. It might really bring you out of your shell to do so. Okay. It's really important not to pour your emotions out, not to give your energy away this month. It looks like you're going through a massive healing cycle. A healing cycle where you've seen things from a different perspective and actually realise that you do need to heal yourself to get yourself back to a place of strength. You could be stepping up in some way though. So maybe your view of astrology or your even tarot or something, some sort of esoteric, some sort of spiritual practice here could really put you in the limelight. So if you've been thinking about starting that YouTube channel or doing something, you might end up actually being extremely successful at astrology. I keep on thinking astrology, something to do with the planets. But you might also be very drawn to Egyptian mythology, Egyptian spirituality, religion, that sort of thing at this time. And I think that's also going to help you to get a different perspective on the way the world is, okay? And really help you to alleviate some of the emotions that you might have been having about dealing with 3D issues that have been going on for you here. All right, we'll get some more. Quite a spiritual deep reading here for you, Gemini. I love that. I normally take 10 to start with and bam, 10 dropped out in one go. Beautiful. So very strong message here for you. All right, so this time alone, this time in solitude here has made you realise that I always see these two characters as the same, this one a bit more liberated than this one here. That you need to protect your heart at all costs. You need to move away from troubles of the past here. And the way you've been doing it is by taking the time to look within and to really honour yourself here. And then decide to use that wisdom that you gained here and all the help of a Virgo friend you might have, could be that case too, to move yourself out of any troubles. But you've got your heart shut down in the process. Very guarded, lock and key. If I have a look at this card here, she's holding her heart, I envision, what's very precious to her, under lock and key in a box. Okay? She's hooking into a higher self here. Turn that on, see if that helps. I'm not sure. She's hooking into a higher self here. She's looking up, closed eyes, looking in as well. Using the crown chakra and the third eye here to move herself out of trouble. How's that light? Yeah, okay. All right. So yes, the reason you've had this heartache is because you've literally been feeling like you've been left out in the cold in some way. Someone's helped supporting you move out of this situation, but loyalty wasn't there where it could have been, and it's really upset you and defeated you in some way. You could be really feeling financially down and out too as a consequence. Literally locked out of the life that you used to have. And it's really been you've had no choice but to move on. But by protecting your heart and moving yourself away from any threats or any issues, any problems of the past here, you've gained so much perspective. And you've realised that you are incredibly stronger than you had no idea just how strong you were. And you're feeling inspired again to get up, move away, do the things you need to do to get yourself back on track again. Now the confusion too could have a lot to do with a long-standing relationship, this one here that you've probably been isolated from or something, where two individuals were felt bound and tied. I also see this card particularly as like a devil card. Very dark card. It's the Hierophant. You could be dealing with a Taurus here, but it's also very much akin to the Lovers. But this card also to me very much akin to the Devil card, excuse me, not Death card, the Devil card, where two people are bound together. With he looking quite devilish, the masculine energy here, the energy that's attached to the earthly plane. Doesn't have to be a male per se, it could be the male side of yourself here. And the female side having to hide her intuition away, having to hide her spirituality away, having to hide her connection to Mother Earth, the cycles, the planets, to get along in this world, this 3D man-made world with all its rules and regulations. I think you're actually starting to realise that no, now's the time that you're going to embrace exactly who you are, exactly what you embody here, and get out of that a huge sense of power and the ability to move on, feel inspired again. You could be a big trailblazer when it comes to the breaking down of society issues here that aren't serving the populace. But you're going to have to heal yourself and to really get a grip on this situation is you're really going to have to take time in solitude. 2 solitude cards, start and finish here. This is balancing out your emotions by looking within. Taking time in nature. Taking time in nature, not just during the day, but also at night. Checking it, looking at the stars, planets. Grounding yourself in nature here will really help. It will get some more clarification. It looks like really big transformation in your energy here, Gemini. What have we got? What's this all about? Yeah. So you're learning to keep a lid on your emotions here. You've learned so much. There's so much emotion behind the scenes, okay? So what people are seeing of you, what you're portraying and what's actually going on is 2 different things here. You've got a lot of emotion. You've had to deal with a lot of heartbreak, look at these cards here. I mean, being left out financially, having to move on from relationships and situations without knowing all the information here and feeling completely forlorn and heartbroken about it, having to spend a lot of time alone but getting huge clarity from that, learning to protect your heart and moving out of troubled waters here by using your intuition. Queen of Cups is an incredibly intuitive individual here. So it's really important now to not give away all the information that you've gleaned here. Keep it to yourself, process it. Just be careful of bottling it up too much and then exploding with too much emotion too. But it looks like you've actually got a lid on that at the moment here. You will have cause to celebrate. There are people here willing to support you through this massive change here. Could be an Aries. You are now learning to not look at what has been lost, the emotions that have been lost here. You are willing to, at this stage, once you've actually learnt to control your emotions, know your emotions, look after your heart, here you are willing to express your emotions now by the end of March, but in a much, you've evolved. These 3 same characters here. You've evolved to be able to not have those raging emotions behind you with the waterfall here, but to be able to detain your emotions a lot more. Yes, 3 situations have ended up being poured out here. You will still be looking at them and still realising and learning from them, and you are willing to sacrifice your emotions, but you're actually willing to give out your emotions and speak your emotions in a much more stable place now, from a much more wiser place, a lot more balanced place. So yes, if this has to do with a relationship here where you felt, either 1 or 2 individuals here, that it felt stuck in some way here, it looks like that relationship it's come to an end in some way, and it looks like you're realising why, and it looks like you're willing to let go of that relationship now to find happiness. Power couple. These 2, she's looking, well, they're sort of sideways looking at each other. If you put those 2 together there, the Queen and King of Cups, you can sort of see them sideways looking at each other here with a bit of a glint in their eyes. So they pretty much know what each other's thinking and feeling, probably at a late stage of a relationship here. I mean, she's got a raging emotions. Her emotions are a lot calmer here. You've got the loyalty of an earth sign here. Once again, I think it could be a Virgo. It looks like you're willing to look after your finances here. You've definitely got loyalty of some kind behind you, but it looks like by getting control of your emotions in this situation, by acknowledging each individual and maybe what they went through in the past here, you will be able to meet together as a team to bring about celebration back into your life, to bring about stability and strength, to be able to move passionately ahead here. But if this is just yourself, you're learning to balance the male-female sides of yourself here. No longer seesawing from being highly emotional to being highly strict, rigid. No longer hiding yourself away for long periods of time and then going out partying, that sort of thing. And a lot more balance being brought into your life, the duality. And you're learning a lot. It's coming a lot through inward meditation here, but it's also you're learning a lot about spirituality, metaphysics, astrology, astronomy, whatever it is. Numerology, could be anything. And this is going to really help make you a much more whole person here. So yeah, big transformation coming for you, Gemini. All right, so we'll just get any love blocks that might be affecting you. Advice for Gemini, please. Thank you. All right, we got 2. Worthiness keeps on popping out, and date night. Interesting. Okay. Worthiness. Remember your soul. Remember your value. You deserve love. And date night. Make time for romance and laughter. All right. If you're single, go out, get yourself back in the dating circle. If you've been in a long-term relationship here and it hasn't been slow and steady, time to rekindle that romance. All right, we'll get abundance information or guidance here. All right. Advice for Gemini, please. Unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. You've got a brilliant mind, Gemini. You've got unlimited ideas here. All right, we'll get the healing energies. Healing energies for Gemini. Call upon Archangel Raphael for help. If you're not religious, just call upon whatever you think. Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask you for healing. Ask for your healing help with, and it's got in brackets, describe the situation. Thank you for your divine healing intervention. So, example, dear universe, dear source, dear God, dear whatever whatever higher energy. I ask for your healing help with bringing balance to this situation. I ask for your healing help with to get to see things from a different perspective. I ask healing help with whatever. Okay. All right. Just before we get your affirmation, we're going to use the Sacred Spirit reading cards here. Advice for Gemini. Once again, it keeps on popping out. Interesting. Illuminate the shadow. Focus on a solution. Illuminate the shadow. See things from a completely different perspective. Mercury is retrograde. Illuminate the shadow. Look within. Look within. Look at the shadow. Look at those underlying emotions you might have been keeping a lid on. Look at the pain. Look at the fears. Look at your fears. Are you frightened that you're going to have to walk away from everything? Are you frightened that you're going to be left out in the cold here? Okay, illuminate the shadow. All right. And bam, straight out. I trust my inner wisdom. As I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. Huge awakening when it comes to your intuition, when it comes to spiritual guidance, when it comes to downloads for you this month, Gemini. You're going to be an open conduit. Be patient with yourself. It's going to illuminate the shadows. Light is going to be brought into places that may not have been brought in before. Trust your inner wisdom. So I really hope that helped. And I'd just like to say thank you so much, Gemini. Love you all. See you next month. And bye for now.